I'm going to critique the most average unit in 432 Park Avenue in Billionaires Row and give it an Arvin score at the end of the video. So if you ever decide to buy a regular apartment in New York City, you won't make the same mistakes. I'm Arvin Haddad. I'm the How to Buy a Mansion guy. Let's watch this video together.
You ever wonder what it's like to live in 432 Park Avenue right here on Billionaires Row? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you what it's like to go from the streets up into one of the most expensive buildings in America.
Love it or hate it, 432 Park Avenue, built in 2015.
Eric, it's not about loving it or hating it. It's about surviving it. Half of the time, you're either going to be worried about surviving it physically because it sways so much, and the other time, surviving it financially because of all the lawsuits. So if you buy this, don't worry about loving it or hating it. At that point, all you need is your animal instincts because they're going to kick in. Trust me. Trust them and follow your instincts.
432 Park Ave is home to the most expensive luxury real estate listing in America, currently on the market for $169 million. And a few floors down below that penthouse, another unit here in 432 Park Ave is on the market for $135 million.
I've critiqued both properties, the penthouse and the Japanese inspired. Subscribe to the channel. They're hilarious. They're really, really good and very informative about the entire building as a whole.
We're at the base of the building. I'm going to try to film as much as I can, but security here is pretty intense. So there's a courtyard actually right off of the main street here.
They've made so many videos of this building. They don't let you take videos anymore. There's like security. They check in your phone as soon as you walk in. We've had enough negative press. Please, we don't need another video.
So this is a unit here on the 50th floor. Welcome to 50A. This is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, just under 1,800 square foot unit that is on the market for just under $10 million. Check it out. Right off the hallway, we have your great room, which is the living room, dining room, and kitchen combo. First, let's head back.
Before we go back, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,800 square foot is a pretty large 2-bedroom, 2-bath. A lot of times in a lot of projects, you would see 2-bedroom plus den. So I'm very expecting a lot. This 2-bedroom, 2-bath should be amazing. Like, you should have room for everything, okay? Because I've lived in 2-bedroom, 2-bathrooms, and I'm sure you have too. So comparing it to your own condo that you live in is a good place to start.
So for some perspective, front door, right off the front door, this is the first guest bedroom. All of them have ensuite bathrooms, which we'll check out in a second, but 432 Park Avenue is known for these iconic 10-foot by 10-foot windows. And a lot of questions people kind of say about this building is, you know, you can't open up the windows, but you actually can. Right below on this little bench, windows open up.
Can you imagine? Like, your wife comes home. She's like, babe, where are you? Finds you on the ground by the window. She's like, what are you doing? It's like, oh, I just wanted to get some fresh air. Oh my God. So far, this is a really small bedroom. Let's take a closer look.
Shut that right there. And this is, you know, your basic bedroom. Queen size bed. We have a little office set up here with the floating shelves. And then if we do a little spin here, you have your ensuite bathroom with marble everywhere, floating vanity, full length mirror on the back wall here, and your standing shower tub combo.
Okay, finishes. They've used marble, but zero taste so far. I mean, you didn't need an interior designer for choosing all white finishes, okay? But most importantly, it does not have a walk-in closet, and this is a big, big concern for me.
Back out into the hallway, we have our cool little Buddha statue there, and then this is the kind of utility area. We have 3 closets. This one, if you can get a peek in here, this one is your washer, dryer.
Did you see that? Like, the door might hit you as you're opening it. That's how tight it is. Again, this is not a comfortable place to have your basket, putting in the, you know, clothes in, take it out for you or your maid. It's not a comfortable place whatsoever.
And then these 2 right here are storage, pantry, and closet.
So is the pantry not open from the kitchen side? It's only open from the hallway side? That would be a huge negative, meaning you have to come all the way around to the front door of your apartment to grab some cayenne peppers. It's not good. Not good at all. The pantry should open up to the kitchen, not here.
So we'll head back into the, I guess you could call it the great room, and just kind of break some things down. We have this floating wall towards the back here with the recessed LED lighting. The main attraction in this building, of course, the views, just to show that perspective, 10-foot by 10-foot windows.
No, the main attraction is the other building, because that's what you see. That's the focal point, right? When you come out of that long hallway, what you're going to see is that building in front of you. Your park view is partial at best, and more importantly, it's not even center. So it's an off-center partial view. You see, all views are not created equal. One of the biggest mistakes I see happen in the ultra luxury and luxury, people not knowing how to evaluate a view or all the other 10 principles of quality that I talk about, and overpaying for a property. If you're looking to buy, remodel, or design a property for yourself, and you want 12 months of support, someone who has the palette, who has the experience, who's walked buyers in this price category and showed them properties and understood what they like and what they don't like, by your side, you can join my inner circle. Link is in the description. You can fill out a form, and if you're a right fit for each other, we'll work together.
You have the Upper West Side, Upper East Side, and then off to the east here, you see Long Island and Queens. So the views, I mean, that's what it's all about here. Off of your living area, we have your dining room with this nice round table, seating for 6. Again, 2 more of those 10-foot by 10-foot windows. Here, the views to the east, you can see the Queens Road Bridge.
And the other building again. Again, the east views are nothing to brag about, okay? That's not an ocean view at the distance. I don't count that in. You're really looking at the other building again. You don't have probably any direct line of sight to the park. But what you do have going on for you is a corner unit in this building where you're going to get a lot of natural light for 2 reasons. One, you're really high up. The other buildings are not blocking the sun, so you're going to get natural light in. You have humongous windows, and you're away from the street, so the noise also shouldn't be as bad. Overall, is a very small space for a $10 million condo that gets partial views of the park, because your family room, media room, and formal living space were literally one. There was nothing. It's starting to show a lot smaller than 1,800 square foot.
I love just the light as well, especially we're here in the morning. It's like 8:45. You get all that sunlight from the east. Right off of the dining room, this is your chef's kitchen. So you have this beautiful marble. You have the InSinkerator deep set sink with the stainless steel. For the cabinets, this is white lacquer cabinets. Nice and kind of concealed. I like how just clean it looks. Then you have your 6-burner Miele cooktop.
Okay. I don't think the kitchen is that good, and I'll tell you guys why. First of all, you don't have enough counter space. You have a tiny space over here, right by the sink, and then one space on this side of the cooktop and a little bit of space over here. I think majority of your chopping and prepping is going to happen in that, bar stool looking out. The other element is that the finishes are very boring. I think the developer, at least initially, before the name of the building was tainted, their strategy was, let's go very vanilla, right? Keep a very broad scope of demographics. Let's not express some personality here. Let's go very simple finishes that, no one's going to really love, but no one's going to hate either. So we can definitely get that demographic that doesn't know how good this view is, come over and be like, they see the park, oh my God, I always wanted a park view, and pay, full price park view for a off-center partial park view. That, I think, is the strategy. But the kitchen itself, it's average.
We're gonna make our way now to the primary bedroom here in this apartment at 432 Park Avenue. So you have a door closing off the owner's wing from the rest of the space. And then you have the owner's ensuite bathroom, which is just wow in marble. This is all book matched marble on the floors, on the walls, not on the ceilings.
Oh my God. Again, another bathroom that they did not just want to make any mistakes on. Do the bare minimum of putting marble in the entire bathroom so they can just say, oh, check mark, marble bathroom. Zero personality. Zero personality.
You have the soaking tub here, cool chandelier overhead.
What? Did you grab that from another project? You thought a French chandelier would do well in a marble bath in New York?
And then the moment everyone's been waiting for, you have the primary bedroom suite with that 10-foot by 10-foot window with a prime view of Central Park in the distance, just the lush trees. You can even see the reservoir off in the distance. And yeah, king size bed, pretty minimal in here. And then your closet space along the wall where you could put a TV that could drop down from the ceiling or something like that.
Oh my God. Okay, he's thinking this closet space, which is a wall closet for a primary bedroom, which basically showcases you either don't have a walk-in closet or you have a really, really small one, is where the TV should have been. When in reality, no, on this wall is where the bed should have been. Because you could have made an argument from this angle, when you open your eyes, these buildings are blocked and you will have an 80% unobstructed view of the park, and that's your selling point. When you show the unit, when the person can see, oh my God, I will see like 80% of the park every time I wake up. This unit was neither designed from outside to inside or from inside to outside because none of it is making sense. Ideal situation, you want to design both from outside and inside out. Why? What do I mean by that? Meaning the architectural style from the outside, okay, the layout, the setup that architectural style will enable you will be able to maximize the living experience from the inside. And from inside out, you start from positioning the couches that you, or the beds that you're going to spend the most amount of time. Where do you want to be facing when you're sitting on your couch? What do you want to see, right? That's from inside out. And if you do them simultaneously at the same time, then you end up having something extremely magical like the video I'm going to link at the end of this video. Like what RD does. It's extremely well positioned room where it makes your senses, your goosebumps go in and you don't even know what's happening. But because all the elements, all the moments, all the feelings were engineered, were positioned for you to have this feeling. It's like reverse engineering a principle based on how you get goosebumps. That's what I do my inner circle. Link is in the description. You can apply, and if we are a right fit for each other, I would love to help you out.
Now the space itself, you know, it's very impressive and it's a very livable space, but one of the main reasons why you would buy here at 432 Park Avenue is for the park off in the distance. It's for the neighborhood. So with that, let's head on down to the park.
So he basically said it sucked. Like, at the end of the day, you need to go to the park to really get the value. The funny thing is that it's not even out of all the Billionaires Row towers. This is one of the farthest away from the park. But did you notice that it didn't really feel like 1,800 square foot? I mean, a lot of you guys live in a 2-bedroom condo and you've been to a lot of 2-bedroom condos. Did this feel like 1,800 square foot to you? To me, it felt like 1,500, maybe 1,450 even. And this is a hypothesis. You want to check this out if you're interested in this building. You have to see how they're measuring the square footage of this building. Why? Because a lot of times they measure the square footage, the living square footage, from the midpoint of the wall. And these really tall towers have humongous concrete columns, which get counted in as your living square footage. So one of the things I like to do for units that I have doubt about what's the actual square footage, I get it appraised to make sure it is actually the square footage that they're advertising. Because I can tell you, it's one of the most used or overused tricks in the game. Almost all developers and real estate agents exaggerate the square footage of their properties that they try to sell. And it's a big, big red flag. Okay, let's give it an Arvin score. Location, I'm going to give it a 7. It's not even on Park. It has an easement to be able to use the name Park. And it's not the closest to Central Park. Building amenities. Technically speaking, it has all the things you would want. However, even the elevators have issues. If technically they fix all this stuff at one point, it would score a lot better. But as of right now, I give it a 2. HOA, I'm going to give it a 0. There are hundreds, if not thousands of issues in this building and massive, massive lawsuits that the board of HOAs involved with the developer and other people involved. It's a mess. Privacy. Look, you had a whole humongous building on the other side looking directly at you. For that, I have to give it a 5. Then you have unit orientation. You have a north exposure and you have the east exposure. It's going to get a 6. Architectural style. The building was inspired after a trash bin. I'm going to give it a 4. Views. You got partial off-center Central Park views. I'm going to give it a 6. Layout. You had incredibly small amount of closet space, which is criminal. You had a long hallway, no wow factor. You looked at the other building. You had good bedroom distribution and separation in a 2-bedroom apartment. Also, your family room connected pretty good to your kitchen. I'm going to give it a 6. Scale and volume. Look, your formal living space, it was a little bit on the narrower side for the 12-foot ceiling height, but overall, most of the spaces were at least proportional. I'm going to give it a 7. Finishes. I'm going to give it a 6.5. I would typically give a 7, but they just did not even make an effort to bring any type of character or life to this unit. And that's why it's going to get a 6.5. Now, here's the Arvin score. If you want to see the other 2 units, the penthouse and the Japanese-inspired units in 432 Park Avenue, you can watch them over here. And if you want 12 months of support to build your property faster, better, cheaper, better quality, looks better, higher resale value, join the inner circle. Application is attached below. Have a good day.